Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel where I share everything related to the Arctic. In today's edition, we'll have a quick look at my newsletter, which is called Arctic Highlights. In this newsletter, I share the most relevant Arctic news, events, analysis of current affairs, research. What's important about that is that you don't have to dig through piles of information and see whether it's relevant or reliable. I do it all for you in a very digestible manner, bit size and accessible, whether you have experience in Arctic research and affairs or whether you do not. So I advise you to subscribe to this newsletter and let's have a look what's been boiling in the Arctic last week. So I'll just switch to this window. And this is the main topic of the newsletter. It's Arctic Forum, critical minerals, High North Hero, and First World Day for glaciers. And then I go step by step. First, let's look at this Arctic Forum. What was quite peculiar about last week that at the same time, three major Arctic conferences took place. One was in Buda, which was High North Dialogue. Then there was Arctic Science Week in Boulder in the US. And what I dig into this newsletter is Arctic Forum. It's a very large conference that takes place in the Russian Arctic. And this time it was in Murmansk. So the name of the conference is International Arctic Forum, Arctic, the territory of dialogue. It was really well attended, over 1,300 participants from 21 countries. There was also a business track, a cultural program, all in one. So it was a really intensive type of event. What was also peculiar about this event that it was attended by Russian President Putin. So it really gave a lot of status, a lot of attention, and also again demonstrated that Russia is very serious in its Arctic ambitions. It's really high on the Russian political agenda to invest in the Arctic and to build its strategic presence in the region. So you can read more about the conference program on the conference website. There were many sessions, there were also agreements signed. I find it quite interesting that there was an event on the women role in the Arctic, which is really important and always welcome, I think. Well, you could also see that the major speech by President Putin was really well attended at this conference and followed. What we see in the whole discussion about Arctic is the drive to secure presence and to strategically be involved in the critical minerals that are found in the Arctic. And the role of India is getting more and more important. So in this a little piece, I highlight how India is getting strategically interested and strategically involved in the discussion, first of all, about the resources in the Arctic, which are first of all hydrocarbons, but then followed by critical minerals. At the same time, at this conference, there was a very important address by UN expert, and that was by Hanna Mogani, who is vice chair of the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues. And what she highlighted in her speech is that if any critical minerals exploration is going to take place on the Arctic land, it has to be done in accordance with the wishes of indigenous peoples. It has to accommodate their interests and their plans for the development of the land. Then during this second conference, the High North Hero, there was a High North Hero Award that went to Morten Höglund. Anyone who is remotely interested in Arctic issues knows this name because Morten is the senior Arctic official from Norway who's been chairing Arctic Council for the last 2 years. And he has inherited this position at a very difficult time when almost all work at Arctic Council has stalled. So thanks to his effort and to his leadership, Arctic Council has restarted its job at the working level, at the working group level. So it's a remarkable achievement and it's so well deserved, this award. Then in this newsletter, I also put a little snip of our webinar that we conducted on the first World Day for Glaciers. So there's some content and also the link to the webinar. I also share some personal news. For instance, I opened Arctic Researcher website where I list my experience and any sort of services that you might request from me related to Arctic issues. And finally, I also list the Arctic Chat with Alexandra. It's the YouTube series edition where we just chat in a casual manner about anything related to the Arctic. And with this, I will say bye to you. Please subscribe, support my channel, and I see you soon again.